We're back in. We got Austin right from here to the street. He said he's back from Oregon, Arkansas to Charlottesville. We won't talk about that place though. Maybe out Albuquerque. No one said they want to go there, but this guy, he's back. We'll welcome you to a new episode in the show. He knows that I go. I don't have a flow today. I'm not really planning. I mean, we talked with me too much already today. Like,
I tired you out.
yeah, you're glad to get that right close to you.
All right.
Almost like you're about to change sex.
That sounds dangerous.
Boom. That's both of us. There we go. Got Austin in the house here. We'll play out. See, the soundtrack, I like it. Always my music I write is better towards the end.
Oh, yeah. Okay, right there.
Yeah, so that's my favorite part. And always people tell me the end of the song is always their favorite parts too. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
At least you made it.
Yeah, this is my beat song. You know,
I love it.
You know. Occasionally I have better raps. This is not one of them. You know, so it's either not really my profession. I probably should be doing.
That's okay.
Yeah.
But I'm very impressed that you were able to throw Albuquerque and Arkansas and Oregon in.
Hey, man, you get a lot of places.
I have.
Yeah, I do some research. I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
where did this guy go? I know he's not from Fresno. But like,
Right.
his path, like, you know, like, what kind of, you know, business he's been in since before he got here. And like,
Yeah.
man, you really been around.
I have. But I'm happy here now.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
Fresno doing the Austin Reed. And it's with Austin Reed today.
Austin Reed Network.
Network. That was it.
Yeah,
Austin
yeah.
Reed Network. Yeah.
Yep.
I like
so, and yeah, it's been here back about a year and a half now. So, we lived here in Fresno. My daughters were born in Clovis.
Oh, yeah.
And so we were here back in like 2015. And then we went back to Oregon for a little while, and then we came back about a year and a half ago. So,
Yeah. Pandemic change?
yeah, I got laid off because of
Yeah.
COVID.
Yeah.
So that would have been in May of 2020 that I got laid off, and we talked about it, and we're like, you know what? Our daughters had just turned 4, and my wife really wanted them to go to school, out here.
Yeah.
So we were like, hey, you know what? Let's move down here, and it's been the best decision I've made in
Oh, yeah.
last probably 10 years. So
Yeah.
things are good.
Clovis in Fresno even has great school districts. And
Yep.
Clovis is voted one of the best places to raise your kids.
Exactly.
You know, so-
Right. Yeah, they so they're starting school. They started school at actually in Madera Ranchos.
Oh, there you go.
Which is a nice area.
Yeah, I tell everybody go there.
Yeah. So that's the Golden Valley School District,
Oh, nice.
and it's great.
Yeah.
And the girls, my daughters, love it. So it's been weird that they started kindergarten during COVID, but
Yeah.
what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
It's memorable.
Yeah. It changes, it makes an effect that I've noticed. Like my kids recently, they went to Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a big deal about going to go see the Spider-Man in the movie theater, but before COVID, no one wanted to go to the theaters. They couldn't care less. They're like, oh, no, we're actually doing a watching party.
Yeah.
Everybody's at their own house, and we got the whatever the server is. We're listening, talking to each other.
Yeah.
But now, because of COVID, people want to go out and do stuff more often.
Exactly.
Maybe it's like a little restart.
Right.
Right.
And can't complain.
Yeah.
Really can't.
Yeah. Nice. You said I hear a lot about Albuquerque.
Yeah.
I've heard it when I was a kid. I think Bugs Bunny used to talk about
That's
it.
right. That's right.
I was telling my kid about it yesterday. I know it because of Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Right. Who's Bugs Bunny?
Yeah.
Albuquerque was out of all of the areas that I've lived. New Mexico is my favorite. Yeah. I just the culture there, the vibe there. Albuquerque is a cool city. I don't know. I loved like that high desert kind of. Albuquerque you still get snow in the winter.
Yeah.
So it's just a cool place. The food, the Mexican food is delicious.
Oh,
it's
yeah?
New Mexican.
Yeah. So it's like a mix.
Yeah, so it's like a red chili, green chili,
Yeah.
and so I if I was to leave here, the one place I would go back to would be New Mexico. But my wife doesn't want to, so
It is what it is.
it is what it is. Happy wife, happy life.
Yeah, they make the decisions
Yeah.
that we let them make.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, which is all of them.
Right. Yeah.
When you're in Albuquerque, what'd you do there?
So I moved. Let's see. I lived there a long time ago. I started as a Four Corners bureau chief. So I lived in Farmington, which is northern New Mexico, right at the Four Corners of Colorado, Arizona, Utah, and New Mexico. And I was the northern basically covered all the news for northern New Mexico. And then I did that for about a year and a half, and then they moved me to Albuquerque, and I was the morning reporter. When I got there, when I started, like I said, as the Four Corners bureau chief, so I was doing like dayside for the NBC station, so Channel 4. And then when I moved to Albuquerque, that's when I went to mornings. So I'd get in at like 3 a.m. and I hate that shift.
Yeah.
Ugh,
I was watching, I'm in... Since my wife works nights, and then I start doing things at night, then I'm like 6 o'clock. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make a pot of coffee and drink like 16 cups of it right now. And then I'm at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm like, well, I think I might as well make biscuits and gravy. Like, what's going on? What am I doing? But I've been up at all kinds of hours. So I've been watching the morning show, and I was like, man, that guy and girl woke up early to put all that stuff on, like the makeup and the hair and the outfit, and it'll look good. Like, I know it takes me 6 hours just for my hair to get back to normal from laying down.
Right.
So yeah, I can imagine it's a lot of work.
It's a terrible shift. So but as you're starting out in broadcasting, you kind of work weird shifts, and it was interesting. A lot of breaking news. Albuquerque is a crazy breaking news market. We had a news helicopter, and so that was fun.
Hell yeah. I need a news helicopter.
I know.
News drone.
You do have a drone.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, exactly. You call
let's see what's out there. Flying it myself.
Air legend.
Yeah, that'd be sweet. Yeah. In the sky.
I know.
Yeah, we're surrounded by cops.
Apparently, Channel 30 used to have a news helicopter here back in the day, but I'm pretty sure they got rid of it.
Yeah, I imagine from Homeland Security, it's very difficult to get in and out. Like as an electrician, I actually did all the taxiways and runways of the airport. Oh. And so we'd have like 10 trucks of like concrete show up like a day. Wow. So when a concrete truck is made, they make it in the truck, and there's like 2 hours. I'm just throwing out a number out there. Yeah. But there's like 2 hours between that concrete is no longer passable for inspection, because it starts to dry out, gets too dry, and then if you add water, now the water mix ratio is really messed up, and then you're going to actually do a test and test it, and so you have a small time to get it. So you have to find a place close enough to the airport, line them up in strategic time frames, to get them in there, and then you have to be escorted in, because it's hard to probably get 10 plus guys to pass Homeland Security with ID. These jobs, any job really. Yeah. That's actually the problem right now they're having with they say the stockpile of not getting stuff is because people can't get the Homeland Security. It's called like a WIC card or something like that. And I'm watching videos on it. Anyways, so to get these people in and then pour the concrete in time, it was almost impossible. So I can imagine like late breaking, and you're out there like, okay, check my bag, background check. I don't know. This person has a Hispanic last name. We're in Fresno. Yeah. Let them in. It's Gabriel Iglesias. Yeah, we know. Let her on the plane.
Right. It's a trip. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. Fresno's really small too. It's funny. There was a thing. There's an app called like Neighborhood or Nextdoor. I think Nextdoor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, which is basically like the collective Karens, which in the neighborhood, which I like. So I get involved in it.
It's interesting.
Yeah, but the police department, they were saying stuff on there. I'll probably talked about this before. They wanted to purchase drones for Clovis PD for surveillance. So if something happens, they just get the drone and they send it out there and figure out they can help the cop.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, it kind of sounds cool. But then again, dude, the thing already happened. By the time the drone gets there, you really can't just fly across town with the drone.
No.
So and then also to set the thing up, oh, damn it, my phone needs to update. It ain't happening. Yeah. And then I found out they actually already had 4 of them in the trunks of their car. They said, since we're not using those, we need to get some at home base. I'm like, no, take those out of the trunk, use those ones. Yeah. So I think someone just wanted a drone.
I think so too.
Yeah. I get it.
Yeah, I mean, and it's funny. There's drones that you can get for $100, or I've seen some for like what, $15,000. I mean,
so
super
crazy.
Fancy.
Yeah. When I got some at Costco a couple of years ago for my boys, and I was like, oh yeah, I got them some drones.
Yeah.
I'm all $130. Man, I went top shelf, didn't I? You
Right.
know? And then the house, it was kind of cool until it got close to the fan, and then just a little bit of wind would make it crash.
Oh,
and you
my
couldn't fly it outside, and it was like perfect. You know, people, I started like YouTubing it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, so I took it outside, the wind took it, and it never came back. Because they're not like high tech.
Wow.
You know, so like,
right.
I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. And then I got mine. I thought, okay, you know, mine's not that expensive, around $1,000, you know, but still like,
Same thing.
dude. And then they came with a new one. I'm like, okay, the new one's probably what, $1,100? No, it's $3,000. Like, gosh dang, that's an upgrade.
Yeah.
You know, too much for me.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, they can be expensive. That's for sure.
Yeah, everything's endless, especially electronics.
I know. I gotta say though, speaking of electronics, I love your studio.
Oh, thank you.
I was, I walked in, I was like, oh my gosh, this is freaking awesome. Because see, my studio, we've just got the green screen, big green screen, and which is cool. And you've got a green screen as well, because you can do different sets. But this is freaking awesome. Like your set, honestly, is way nicer than Channel 30's.
Oh, hell yeah. Hey, well, that is going to go on YouTube.
Okay,
That's
very good.
Plug. Yeah, that's never coming down.
Yeah. No, this is badass.
The idea, like I said, we want to rent this space out. I produce, I do all these shows and I'm on hosting every single one of them. That is not my goal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't like myself that much. Or, I know I can just talk, but my goal isn't to like saturate the world of me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even when I go out there, I don't even give my last name.
Right.
I'm just giving Reuben. That's all you're getting. You know what I mean? Like, but I like to produce and put things out. So like I do all this stuff. So the idea also when people come in, they're like, okay, my money is worth it.
Exactly.
If I could charge someone $50 an hour to come in here and record a podcast. Go ahead, buy a camera for $50. Good luck buying this microphone. You could $50, I get you this cord and this stand.
Right.
You don't get the microphone.
Yeah.
And
you're right in Old Town Clovis.
Right here in the heart.
Freaking awesome.
Devin Nunes. Speaking of, like, you just missed it.
Apparently, I know.
Dude, there
crazy.
was a BMW out there, brand new plates. Like, it was a badass gray with the blacked out rims and really expensive.
Wow.
So I'm thinking, oh, that looks like Trump media money right
right
there. That's
I
big
know.
dollars.
I know. So, do you know him?
No.
Oh, okay.
I was just
you
like,
say hi to him, right?
No, he's never here. I might see a car. I'm like, that car doesn't belong in this town.
Right.
Like, I know how much that's worth. I'm like, no, that's not right. One day I was just walking around the neighborhood or in the building, and I was upstairs, and I said, Devin Nunes, Congressman. I'm like, what the what? And I get on my phone, YouTube, and then I see like there's a Vice protest out front of my building. Like, oh, that's super cool. I wish I was here then. That would have helped me out so much.
I know.
Just a $1 late,
Yeah, I just missed him.
So, yeah, but he's never here. And then I always wonder, like, I know how much I pay for rent and all this stuff here. So I'm like, I wonder how much that guy charges for this building. You know what I mean? Like, I guarantee he's charging like 4 times as much as I charge.
So he owns it?
No.
No?
Some other guy owns it.
Okay.
So I think the guy who owns the building, this is a Centennial building.
Right.
He's a business owner of himself, and he needed a write-off, so he built this building. Instead of just paying taxes, he invested it to, his business.
Right.
So it's kind of like his side job. He doesn't really care about it.
Yeah, right.
He's here, and then there's upstairs pretty much like mental health and family health.
Okay.
Some like it's funny because like I'll take shots of Chivas and whiskey here, and I go over there in the kitchen and I'm cleaning off my shot glasses. And you see a husband and wife sitting in the waiting room, like we're about to have 2 different experiences here at this building. Like. You're going to go up and one of you guys is going to cry, and I'm going to go over here and I'm going to take shots and make fart jokes.
Right. Total opposite.
Matter of fact, I just noticed too across the hall here is I can't remember the name of it.
All right. I'll keep talking. Let's see. The
Affordable Direct Cremations.
Oh, a cremation center. Okay.
We're in the heart of it all right here.
This is, just like you, a jack of all trades. This is a building where there's everything.
Yeah, there's a rental place on the side here. It's I think I'm allowed to say this because they don't pay attention to the show or no one else, which makes it not good, except for my kids. My kids are all, what'd you say, Dad? And I'm like, sorry, I didn't mean that. You really did that with the kid? No, it's all satire.
Right.
Stop watching my TV. Yeah, Dan, what are you doing? It's not a good idea. It said not for kids
right.
on YouTube. Right? But there's a mother and daughter on the corner here, and they have a rental place. Hey, you need to rent a house, looking for a place. They got it for you.
Wow.
But they fight.
Really?
Like verbally a lot, to the point where they can't rent out the place next to them. So it's an office. So we have like a couple meeting rooms. That's one of them because there's in there. Yeah, you told you yesterday. I told you you're doing it. You hate me. And like, oh my goodness.
Seriously?
So we also have a drama.
Dang.
I know. I'm like, you guys want to get on some microphones?
Yeah.
I'll put you on camera.
Dude, it would be the local Maury Povich.
It'd be great. People are interested in that stuff. Not
Yes,
interested
they
in this. You see here. What I was looking at, a couple things happen here. Okay, we'll do some local news, or not local news, but entertainment. I just read a story yesterday. Here in California, this lady was in a rental house, and then the rental property management said, we're going to come in and do the fire smoke detectors.
Okay.
I said, no problem. Go ahead and enter the place. Come back the next day. Got smoke detectors in the room. Notice that the cover's off of it a little bit. Like, oh man, the cover fell off. She leaves, goes on vacation, comes back. The cover's back on it. So she calls the rental management place and says, hey, it looks like you guys came and worked on my smoke detector. She's like, no, we didn't go to your house. It's like, what? So they take the smoke detector down. Camera. It's a fake smoke detector.
Oh.
There's an HD card inside there.
Okay.
Which I don't know why.
Yeah.
But it shows that somebody came and put the cover on and then, left the building. That just happened like, a week ago.
I didn't see that.
Yeah.
I missed that.
I'm surprised it doesn't happen more often.
I know.
You know what I mean? Especially with that.
Yeah.
They have little cameras everywhere. Someone the other day was like a magnet. You can just put it on a car or just anywhere.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah. And then you're even like they were showing the other day, people use their AirPods. They can get the AirPods and they can leave one behind and then start, spying on people. Shit.
Yeah, these are scary.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm always like, what are they listening to? Well, it's just like when you're talking to somebody about grocery outlet, right? And then you go to Google or YouTube, and boom, the first ad is from grocery outlet.
Which I don't mind sometimes.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, especially if it's deal. So.
Yeah, you know what? I've always decided I've done electrical work for a long period of time.
Right.
And over a decade ago, Clovis put cameras on every single corner. Okay. So, which is not a bad deal. They have a car chase. You ain't getting away. They follow you from this, City Hall. It's like, oh, he's going down the street. Great. You know what I mean? So it's been a long time coming. They're watching us. Why not one next level? Which is funny because I thought forever they were complaining about facial recognition, and now we wear a mask which covers. I like wearing a mask out in public. No one knows who I am except for the damn hair. It's like, dude,
you have to wear the hat.
Yeah.
You do the hat, or you should just walk around in that.
I wear the mask. That's a good mask.
I know.
Yeah, the ice might get me. I'm like, no, I'm from here. Trust me.
Right.
Look at the heritage.
I know. That's awesome.
That's crazy.
Wow.
I saw that, and then I also read right now. The guy from Devo.
Oh yeah, Whip It.
Yeah, Whip It. He couldn't.
Oh, he died
of COVID.
Oh, what?
Couldn't whip it.
Dang, that's one of my favorite songs. That was like their only hit, wasn't it?
Yeah, kind of.
Like big hit.
But they changed like a musical style because of how, I was telling my kid about it. Like when these companies would come out with these digital drums and these electronics, they weren't like just advertising first. They would go to the studio like Pink Floyd or Eagles. Like, here, we invented this. Can you put this on the album? And the Eagles, like, all of a sudden there's a keyboard and everything. Van Halen, all of a sudden have a keyboard playing all this stuff. Like, hey, we invented a new this, please use it, So Devo changed a lot of style.
Wow.
I'll just talk. I might have killed him because I talked about it yesterday.
How old was he?
Like 56, I saw.
Damn.
Yeah.
That sucks. Wow. I had no idea.
Yeah. Slowly but surely, it seems like, the COVID takes, it's always these B-rate guys, too.
I know.
I think until they get to the big guy.
Like Ben Carson, right?
Yeah.
A B-rated politician died from COVID.
They set him up. Set him up,
Did you just see the Saturday Night Live after he passed away?
Oh, I can't remember.
So they were at a debate.
Yeah.
And like he comes back, like Kenan Thompson plays him as a fly and sits on Mike Pence's head, and Ben Carson is like, I died from COVID. Gosh darn it. It was really funny.
Yeah, I can imagine, yeah.
Wasn't he the Ben Carson, Godfather's Pizza, right? Wasn't he the CEO or something?
He was the one that had he had the sexual harassment. He was running for president, and then the girl came out. He had sexual, and then he disappeared.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. I don't remember
it's crazy.
that part.
Like people don't remember all this. Like last night, Trump did a meeting with Bill O'Reilly, big old thing, and then he came out. Also, Bill O'Reilly and Trump, they held hands together and said, "We're vaccinated and we got the booster," and everybody's all boo. Like, no, it's good. They're all boo. Like, no, stop, please, stop. It's good.
Oh my god.
So that was last night. But then also Bill O'Reilly was like, I paid over $100 million in sexual harassment lawsuits. He didn't say that, but he paid over $100 million. What did you do wrong to pay $100 million?
Exactly.
You know, $5 million trying to get someone to shut up.
Right.
$100 million.
That's insane.
Damn, you did some shit.
I know.
You know, Marv Albert, you bite the girl. Like what happened? You know,
Marv Albert.
Not good.
I know.
You know?
I know.
Times are changing.
What about Charlie Rose? That was a shock, right? Because like he's the last person I would have thought would sexually harass somebody.
Yeah, I think I don't know. Some of these people, I think they get in comfortable situations, and then I tell my daughter, and my daughters, my stepdaughters too, the same thing. All guys are rapists. Like, don't trust none of these fucking guys. Yeah, never. Like, doesn't matter. Like, doesn't matter who this guy is going to be. Don't trust him. Eventually, these guys, basically, everybody's fighting it back. They're like animals. Yeah, you know what I mean. And slowly, we're evolving and getting control. And some of these animals are like, this cancel culture. I'm like, when you mean you can't say the F word and the N word, what else do you want to do? Yeah, well, I want to say the R word too. Like, okay, the 3 words you can't say, and like your life is miserable, right? Yeah, it's correct. But like, there is things that are changing on a good note. Like I was noticing on my last podcast. Pornhub comes out with their statistics, right? Okay. So back in the day, like a decade ago, less than a decade ago, obviously, but the Pornhub put out one of the top searches was always like teen. You put up, but no one meant like 15. It just meant if you typed in mature adult, you were getting a mature ass adult. Yeah, like a 70 or 80 year old. If you type in teen, you got in someone around 30. Right. Dressed up, in a little schoolgirl. But now that search isn't even in top 25. No one's putting teen on their Google anymore. Like, fuck that. They're like mature, consenting, female, like maybe I erase female, just person, Like no one's even typing that shit anymore. Things are changing. I know. So if you want to complain about cancel culture, let me see your Pornhub search. Yeah, right. I guarantee you don't say that same shit, so you're okay with it too. Right. Like we're all just changing. It's okay. Yep. Like even like back in the day, like the misogynistic treatment towards women, you being in construction, especially, we're going to start a construction site. You're going to get a company, and you're going to get yourself a secretary, right? A young secretary. It's always a talk. Right. It's almost like natural. Yeah. You're going to get yourself a nice young female secretary. Or you don't want to do that because you're going to lose your company if you get a female. So you can't hire a pretty woman, or you're going to fuck up. Right. You know what I mean? So it's like this old school mentality, and those things are going away. Yeah. So we're all hopefully evolving through time. Yeah, I think so. I have been obsessing. This is totally on another subject, but I think you'll like this. I've been obsessing over the Mandela effect. Oh, I love that. Yeah. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. So one of the newest ones is, and I watched this video yesterday. It was just posted on YouTube. We all know about Pearl Harbor. Yeah. But apparently there were like a bunch of bombs dropped on the East Coast around that same time. I didn't learn anything about that. This is during the I guess Second World War. Yeah, there's a lot. Like there was we went and actually attacked Japan off the coast of Hawaii, and then we just went back and sat back and didn't tell anybody. Like, hey, don't worry, let's see what happens now. Yeah. So we actually initiated those things, or like the Gulf of Tonkin. The guy commander or admiral of the ship, the Gulf of Tonkin, is Jim Morrison's dad. And there's a big conspiracy theory. Want to go down that? It's like they're all from like Laurel Canyon or wherever it was. The mamas and papas, Jim Morrison, all the same time as like the Grateful Dead, the CIA, the acid, and all that same time period. And their parents were involved in the Vietnam. Starting at the Gulf of Tonkin. And so all these people, even like you're talking about Pearl Harbor, these people are all connected somehow. Right. Like, was the guy at Pearl Harbor something Kimmel? I think Jimmy Kimmel's it's like an uncle or something. Okay. I started researching it. I will, yeah. They're all like connected somehow. Right. Yeah, Mandela effect, though, is a crazy one. We all think we know, like, We Will Rock You. Yeah. Or no, we are the champions. Queen. We are the champions of the world. Right. It doesn't say that. What is it? What is it? It doesn't say of the world. The song says, "We are the champions."
And it leaves it at that?
Yeah. And then, but we all say, "Of the world."
Huh.
That's a Mandela effect one. I guess on one live album, maybe somewhere they might have said like a crowd, but like that's one of the Mandela effect, you know.
What about the Berenstein Bears? Apparently it's Berenstain.
Yeah.
I always remembered it as Berenstein.
See, to be fair, like I didn't know didn't read the Jewish books. I always read Toad and Frog.
Oh,
know?
right.
Not that I just know, maybe Berenstein's Jewish. I don't know.
Oh no, he is.
Oh, hey,
yeah.
sweet.
Yeah, that's totally a Jewish name.
Yeah, worked out. Yeah.
I'm half Jewish. My mom's side is, my mom's a Jew.
Oh, awesome.
Actually, so technically I'm full Jew, but I call myself a half Jew.
Yeah,
my dad's Catholic.
I'm 25% Hispanic, but like
okay.
Yeah, they're like, "Are you white or Caucasian?" I'm like, yeah, that. Are you Hispanic, not white? Wait. Huh? I'm like, I'm just white, I guess.
Yeah,
you know?
just leave it at that.
Fuck it, yeah. When I was a kid, I used to go to the bookstore. I was always big into comedy, and they had these books called Truly Tasteless Jokes. And the Truly Tasteless Jokes, they had like volume 1 through 10. And then they would break them down to race, creed, religion, everything possible. And I remember I would read jokes about Jewish people, Polish people, Mexicans, black, whites, everything.
Yeah.
I was in Clovis. I don't know any of those people. You know what I mean? Until like, MTV came on.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, there's another side of the United States? East Coast?
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy,
Yeah.
You know?
Right,
If it wasn't for your MTV Raps, I wouldn't know.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
So like I'd read all these like basically racial epithets and know about them before I actually, meet any of these people. I'm like, okay, I actually know these are bad things.
Yeah. Right.
Like, I don't know how there was one about Italians and Portuguese. I'm like, I don't even know any of these jokes. But I work with a friend. He was Portuguese, which I know they speak Portuguese, and that's about all I got. And I probably couldn't find it on the map if it wasn't fucking labeled.
Yeah.
But I would make every racist joke towards him, but put Portuguese.
Oh, see, that's a good idea.
And then they wouldn't make sense.
Right.
Yeah. But it was funny because they didn't make sense.
Exactly.
And that was the whole point.
Yeah. Theater of the mind.
Yeah. And he fired me.
Well, darn.
It happens.
It happens.
Yeah. So all kinds of things. I see you also read you're a big advocate for cystic fibrosis.
Yeah. So I was born with cystic fibrosis.
Yeah.
So I was 3 when they officially, declared me a CFer.
Yeah.
So,
like, how did they know? Like, was something happening?
yeah, I was not gaining any weight.
Oh, okay.
And they ran the tests. And back then, what's interesting is, so when I was 3, when they said, okay, you've got cystic fibrosis, my life expectancy was only like 18. So, but thanks to new medications and, research, all is good now.
Yeah.
So, one of the medications that I just started on about 2.5 years ago is called Trikafta, and it's basically the closest thing to a cure for cystic fibrosis, and it keeps me healthy, keeps me out of the hospital. Back before I was taking that, I would be in the hospital every at least 3 to 6 months. Sometimes 2-3 weeks at a time with like severe pneumonia.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, things are because of new advance. People with CF have a better chance of survival. Yeah. So
I was just watching it was a commercial for a dog medication, and it was just talking about the side effects of the dog medication. And I was like, man, it's crazy when it comes like the vaccine. I always tied to vaccines. I don't try to take a stance. I always try to be like, facts, no feelings on shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, well, here's the statistics. Like, well, you give your dog that medication, but you don't take the vaccine. Like, that one just straight out told you your dog could die.
Right.
The vaccine, no one's really dying. Like maybe they're like 100 throughout.
Right.
2 billion people.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's I mean, your chance of survival is very, very good.
And then like there's a couple things I haven't thought about yet. People. I always say. I used to play it in my podcast is we need common sense and critical thinking. Please go get some common sense. This is brought to you by Common Sense.
Yeah.
Please. But like I didn't think about it much that when we're talking about like the vaccine doesn't last in your body. Well, nothing does.
No.
You put shit in your body and it's going to spit it out. If you put like even some artificial in your body, it will spit that out sometimes. If you put a heart in your body, it'll kick that heart out sometimes.
Right.
So like the vaccine, we're in our body. It's only here temporarily, and if there's going to be a side effect, they say it normally happens in the first couple months, because after then the shit's out of your body.
Exactly.
So it doesn't happen in the first couple months, and it ain't happening at all. I'm like, oh yeah, it makes total sense.
Yeah.
I'm
just so sick of COVID though.
Oh, the whole thing's bullcrap. Yeah.
I just want it to end.
Yeah.
It's so funny. I mean, I remember when March 13th, when we declared it a public emergency. I was still working at that time. I was the news director for like 5 radio stations in Oregon, and we were doing like, nonstop coverage. Updates. And it was a trip, but at that point we thought, oh, all right, we're just gonna have to close down for a couple weeks or a month.
Yeah.
And then now look at where we're at. It's like,
100%.
Holy crap.
Well, if you think about it too, like, we've been saying forever, it's going to be a virus or something that kills us.
True.
So we're just, this was going to happen. We're going to have to adapt. There's going to be a certain point where things are either like weather or we kill ourselves from nuclear bombs.
Yep.
There's going to be a certain point where shit is never going back.
Never.
And
Never.
that's, so we're going to have to just, adjust and adapt at certain points.
Yeah.
What else are we going to do? We complain all we want.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, like, that's why I try not to give too much of my feelings on anything or even my opinions on stuff. I can give you statistics and, what I did and what works. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Or, I have a guy I used to work with. He wasn't getting vaccinated because he was 100% for it. He wanted it.
Okay.
But his mom got sick, and then she passed away. And then his brother got what they call blood clots. So the doctor said, hey, I think it might actually be just your makeup, so I suggest you don't take it. I'm like, yeah, makes sense.
Well, that's the thing. I don't. The one thing I don't like is for people to be like, you have to get the vaccine, and if you don't get the vaccine, you're a piece of.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's like, if you want to get it, great. If you don't, fine.
Yeah.
Like that. Like, just stop with like, oh, you have to get it. You're an idiot if you don't get it. Like, whatever. It's each person. It's their choice. It's not your choice. It's not your body.
Yeah, a lot of times I've talked to some people try to call it trolls, but I say if you're going to go on Instagram and make a statement, hey, we're all out there. We get to all talk in that little world.
Yeah.
So I'm going to interact with you, right? So there's a lot of MMA guys and jiu-jitsu guys who are not going to get vaccinated, and that's cool. Do what you want, but then they'll go out and post just vaccine rhetoric,
Which is
like
ridiculous.
Hey, like, you don't know what you're talking about,
Right.
and what you're saying is not even true.
Right.
So like we have to just recorrect what you're saying and saying, hey, I wouldn't doubt you wouldn't ask me for black belt information for jiu-jitsu. So why are we coming from you? Or I get mad, like, I love Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
They're like, well, Joe Rogan should talk to him. I'm like, dude, he says on his show, I'm a liar, I'm a comic, I don't know what I'm saying. And I repeat the words of other people. I stand on the shoulders of other people because they know what they say and I don't. The one thing I do like is I'm not married to my ideas.
Yeah.
That's what we got to stop. When people say, well, it said before this worked. Well, they don't know.
Right.
We're learning. We don't know.
Yeah.
We're always learning.
Yeah.
Like, electrical is theory. We don't say electrical is truth. Electrical is theory.
Yeah.
Because sometimes like, oh, fuck, we don't know why that did that.
Exactly. And it's just, that's it.
We don't know if it's a plasma or a wave. We don't know what the fuck it is.
Yeah.
You
I mean, I got my vaccine, but for me, it was, I didn't want to get it right away. I kind of waited and then I was like, all right, well, I don't think it's going to kill me. So I want to keep my daughters safe, so I got it, but I have many friends that haven't gotten it. And I'm not like, oh, you're such an idiot. You should just get it, whatever.
I'd like to hear what the reasons are. Give me a reason that's cool. Like, when I heard a lady say that she has a religious exemption, and they're like, we're not buying that because the Pope said get it. You know what I mean? And the Bible didn't say no vaccines.
True.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So we're not buying that one. So that was a corporation. I don't want to get magnetic. You know what I mean? I'm all, if they can figure out alchemy, if they knew a liquid that they could put with something and then turn into metal, they would just make metal.
Right.
They wouldn't waste you.
Yeah.
Because they can't use you. What are they going to do? Dig you up later and then you be metal?
Yeah.
None of this makes sense.
And then like a tracking, people think, okay, well, maybe there's a tracking device in there.
It's in your hand.
That's unfortunately.
I joke about this about a year ago too. Like, back in the day when people had Pokemon.
Uh-huh.
You know, like, oh my God, there's a Pokemon in every square foot of my bedroom. Oh, look, it's dancing on my credit card. That's crazy.
Yeah.
These Pokemon are awesome.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like they have a whole outline of your neighborhood. Everybody's walking through the streets, giving a whole diagram of every city street. And you're like, oh my God, look how many are at the jailhouse.
Right.
Lots of Pokemons.
Yeah.
You know?
That was weird. That was a very interesting time and a very popular trend.
Yeah, and they figured, hey, we can get these people to go around and take pictures. You know what I mean? That works out great.
I know.
But
How
Instagram
smart.
does the same thing.
Right.
You go everywhere, take a selfie, take a background.
I know.
Let me know what you look like through time. You know?
What do you think about Meta, the metaverse? That's a
Well-
weird one, right?
So, my kids like video games.
Mm-hmm.
Before video games, I don't think they were too much into doing. I've always given them every opportunity possible. Like my baby's mama came home one time. She's all, "What's that dirt mound in the backyard?" I'm all, "The pitcher's mound." She's like, "How long is that pitcher's mound going to be out there for?" I'm all, "Well, he's 3." So, and we got another one behind him. So, we got about a good 15, 16 years.
Sure.
Pitcher's mound. So, the kids always had that, always available, but never been their interest. Even like action figures. I loved G.I. Joes as a kid. My kids never had
No interest.
single interest. You know, as soon as they saw me play Halo, the kids all, bam. You're like, hell yeah, this is sweet. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
So,
okay.
my fear would be, you know, they still do stuff. My fear would be that one more step is just going to give people an exit. And people are looking for an exit. And like people are quitting their jobs right now. And really it is, we're sick, people in general, all of us, right? We're sick of seeing other people live these extravagant lifestyles with endless amounts of every opportunity. And also a lot of times you're like, I can do that. Why is it you?
Yeah.
Or you ain't doing shit compared to this other person's working their ass off. There's so many like just unevenness. And so people like, I'm going to do whatever it takes to get that, because we're always told, well, if you want to be successful, you need just to go to work. Well, if you're going to work, you can't go out and do a dream.
Exactly.
And a lot of comics are successful because they never had a job. Actors are successful because they never had a job.
Exactly.
They did acting.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what is it?
Yeah.
So a lot of people are like, fuck the job. I'm going to go get that money that I'm seeing on Instagram. Why is the Logan kid a millionaire when he's famous for what? He had a YouTube channel?
I know. It's mind-blowing. Yeah.
So people are just done with that.
I know.
And I think a meta universe will give people an opportunity maybe to have another false reality, and people are looking for that.
They are.
100%.
I know.
You know what I mean? They say like most men live a life of quiet desperation. We all want something great, but we're just not getting there. And every man thinks they're greater than they are, but we're stuck in wherever we're at. You know, I didn't get to be the football star. I didn't get to be the actor, the rapper, whatever it might have been. You know,
Right.
So they're always just at home. So yeah, I don't know about that. You know,
Time will tell. It's going to be interesting.
but don't want to miss out either.
True.
Like, you know, little NFT stocks start out. I'm like, dude, should I start a comedy club in Metaverse?
Right.
Like,
I know.
I don't want to miss out because like TikTok. You know, I'm on TikTok now.
Oh, you are? Okay, cool.
But I'm like, I should have been TikTok a long time ago.
I know.
And some of the videos, like I work, you know, would do jokes at work.
Yeah.
You know, wrecking ball, this stuff like we did that a decade ago.
Exactly.
Should have been on TikTok.
I know. It's mind-blowing. Yeah, I got on TikTok, and I go in phases where sometimes I check it,
Yeah.
and then sometimes I don't.
Yeah.
You know, I probably only post a video maybe once a week or something. I'm not very good at it, but it is crazy how popular it is.
You got to find out also what people want to see. Like last night, I had this thought. I've always used to wear hats, and I used to flick them, and they would spin in my hand. You know, and I'd spin, and I'd be able to catch it and put it on. I don't know how it happens, but I do it. You know.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, I just make a TikTok video about it. Why don't I do that? That's stupid. People be like, oh look, he flipped his hat, just like the kid who does the.
Oh,
yeah. My wife hates that.
Yeah.
You know, I used to do it all the time at the house. And then all the kids, we all do it. Like there's, you know, 6 of us. My wife's like, I hate that thing. Because she doesn't have TikTok, so she doesn't know what the hell we're talking about.
Right.
But yeah, so this is I've told you this probably when I was on your show, the Austin Reed Report.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I have videos of me playing music. These videos, you know, the music songs. I wrote the song. I play the guitar. I sing it. Try to sing a key with some passion, some heart, and I get like 10 views. But then I made a doghouse out of pallets. 30,000 views.
See?
You just gotta find your niche. You know.
Right. Isn't that weird? Yeah, that is super weird.
And then I'm so dumb. I haven't made a second video.
You got to do it again.
And I should make more pallet videos. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So,
That's the way.
Yeah, until I get busted for stealing pallets.
Yeah, right.
Let's say Pepsi on it. I should have spray painted it.
I was doing a morning show about 2 years ago, and on radio. I was so damn tired that morning. I think I only got a couple hours of sleep, and we went live at 5 a.m. Got to be all ready to go. I said, I called the pallets. I called them pallets.
Yeah.
So my co-host posted this video, and of course, he's like, yeah, people still call laughing about that. I was like, I didn't read it right.
So you started off the Jesse Smollett.
I did.
That was you.
Yeah, that was me.
They're French. This is a French decoration. The palais.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Like I said, the two aliens we have, their name is Noel and Alset, which is Tesla and Elon backwards. Two different names.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But Alset, Alset, it could be a little French Alset,
Yeah. That could work
from
too.
Canada. So.
Yeah, I am obsessed with aliens.
Oh, dude, I watched 6 hours before I got here, bro.
Yeah, it's the best.
Yeah.
What's the So I downloaded this app. Dr. Stephen Greer, right? And apparently, let's see, what is the app called? It is called. Do I even have? Oh yeah, CE5 Contact. CE5 Contact, and apparently, it is. Let's see. This app provides instructions and tools to assist you in making peaceful contact with extraterrestrial civilizations, as well as locating others in your area who are interested in making contact.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So, but you have to buy it.
Oh, that they get you every time.
I know.
They're based in here.
It was $15.
That's not that bad.
But it's not monthly. It's one-time fee.
That's not that bad.
I haven't really done anything with it, but apparently you meet up with other people who can do meditation, and they explain how what the things to say.
Oh, try it. Yeah.
And then
the aliens come.
You'll see the spaceship. So.
I thought I was reading about. It was Ronald Hubbard. Was watching Ancient Aliens.
Oh, yeah.
He was doing a seance and
that's
made
right.
Rip in time.
Yeah,
and that's all the aliens showed up.
He's the one that the Church of Scientology, right? Ron L. Hubbard.
Yeah, the aliens come and crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. Tax evasion, whatever you can do, right?
The question is though, that guy Neil Tyson.
Neil deGrasse Tyson?
Yeah. I thought I liked him, but then he was like, "There's no evidence of aliens."
Yeah.
I'm like, are you really? You really think that we are the only ones in the universe? Come on.
Yeah, Trump already said there is. Ronald Reagan said there was.
I know. And wasn't JFK apparently maybe right before he was going to announce something, he got shot and killed?
One of the conspiracy
theories. Yeah, I mean,
they're like, kill him over aliens. That's where the line is drawn. But the government actually has a space force.
Right.
The show Aliens is out there. We know.
That guy, oh my gosh, I love the one guy with the
big hair.
Big hair,
yeah. That's awesome.
What's his name? I forget
He's
his
got
name.
A look.
He does. Yeah, Ancient Aliens. That's one of the best ones.
Yeah, that show got me hooked.
Yeah.
That one's good because it's always just gives you hope all the time. Like you watch the Bigfoot one or something like that. The answer is always no.
I know.
No,
right.
We went out and looked for it. Guess we found
nothing.
Right.
Right.
And like I want to do a skit where it's a doctor and he's like, I'm big into Bigfoot. We highly believe in it. We're going to spend all this money to this research with the equipment here to test a fur. And every time someone brings back fur, it's dog hair. You know what I mean? Like, it came over here. It was Belgian. We don't know what it is. We tested it. Dog. And like, this is 10 samples of dog hair. What the F is going on?
Yeah, the Bigfoot, that's one I really don't believe in. Mm-mm. I feel like it's just ridiculous. But, if you believe in it, fine, whatever. There's something else that I don't believe in. It has to do with conspiracy theories, but I can't remember.
Speaking of conspiracy theories, I was looking here. You worked for one of your networks was the first network you might have worked for looked like the QAnon network. Let's see.
Wait, what?
Yeah, let's see. It was QAN. Where was that network? I was going through your LinkedIn here.
QAN.
What network was the very first place you worked?
That would have been Fox 12 in Portland.
Man, one of these places. It was the KQ and
KQAK.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that was the one.
Yeah.
That's where I got laid off from.
Yeah, that sounds like the QAnon station.
It does.
Label QAnon all day, all night.
Oh, okay. So I was at before I moved to the Austin Reed Network and Central Valley Talk. I was at KKDJ.
Oh, yeah.
And there were like two. I accidentally a couple times in the morning said, "Good morning, it's KKK radio."
Oh yeah.
I was like,
good.
"Oh my god!"
Not good,
I
yeah.
did it like 2 times.
Yeah. Beep.
I know.
No.
People are like calling in. Oh, and how embarrassing. But yeah, no, KQAK. Yeah, that was that was radio. So yeah, I've done more TV and then a little bit of radio.
Oh, awesome.
So, but
I've always wanted.
I love it all.
I kind of want to do this. I always wanted to do a show, and everybody's like, I'm always talking to people. Like, you should get on a talk show and a radio show. And then doing music and doing comedy, and I can run bits. And like, I just gotta put all the stuff together.
That's a morning show.
Yeah. And morning's my time too. So I'll wake up and drink like 8 cups of coffee, drive to work for 3 hours. I got nothing.
Right.
But stuff to say.
But man, it's radio's dying.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's I don't know how. How are newspapers still around?
Oh,
That's my question, right?
No, newspaper pisses me off because if there's an article, especially the Fresno Bee, you click on it, you can't read it because it covers. You got to subscribe, so you can't.
That's
so,
insane. How are they surviving? I know.
So I went to a Sharks game, right? And they have like you want a mug or a sweater or a blanket, just sign up for the Morning Star, San Jose Mercury News, whatever it is. Okay, sign up for it, and then it's impossible to get out of it. So I got like a free sweater and a lifetime subscription to Mercury News almost. So I literally took like 5 conversations to get out of this contract. And that's how they make their business. Probably, the Grizzly games and you want a free hat. Sign up for the, I used to newspaper show up at my house all the time for years. And I'm like, I just throw it right in the garbage.
Yeah.
Who's reading this? Like,
I don't know.
Even junk mail. Like, why do you still give us junk mail? We don't read that crap.
I guess it gets some people. Who knows?
The local radio station, AM. Like, I don't know how those people get paid.
Which one?
580.
580. Oh, KMJ.
Yeah. Because I don't. When you listen to them, there's always these super, super old people, and you go like their Twitter, which those old people are not.
Yeah.
They will never have a comment on anything they say except for me.
Really?
Yeah, like it'll be like 5 comments by me, and luckily somebody will respond. But typically no one does.
Yeah.
But like they'll say something like, "Hey, I'm really talking." And Art Bell, Art Bell, they have another guy on. He's not even. You can't even get to him. He doesn't even have a Twitter or nothing. He's kicked off. So you have to try to call in, but it's a national syndicated show.
Oh, are you talking about Coast to Coast?
Yeah.
Yeah, with George Norrie, right?
Oh,
Now
yeah.
it's George Norrie. Yeah. That's a great show. I love that show.
Yeah. So like no one listens to those AM shows. You know what I mean?
No.
I listen to them because I'm like, what are these motherfuckers saying?
Right. Yeah. I will too. I will. Yeah. But I think we're listening because we're in broadcasting.
Yeah.
So it's more of like, okay, let's hear what
And it's funny too because the guys they have like Skip, who's from
Skip Bassick.
They lean left.
Yeah.
So they lean left, but they have a hard time kind of weaving and not saying too much left stuff to all these people who are going to come with like all these super far right comments.
Yeah.
It's almost like, remember John McCain had the meeting and they said, well, I'm afraid of Obama because he's Muslim. And the guy's all, John McCain's like, no. That's them like every day being John McCain on the radio station. Like, no, it's okay. He's not Muslim.
I know.
Chill
I know.
the fuck out.
Yeah. It's funny. Yeah. But and like Yellow Pages, are they even around still?
Yeah, but Yelp, are you on Yelp?
I'm not on
Contact
Yelp.
on Yelp, so
I
they'll
should
work
do
with you.
that.
They got through to us, and they work with you. They'll email you, and they get you on there. And they'll say try to get. I don't even know what they do online. You know what I mean, but it's like every time I get on, like when I was in Bay Area, I said I'll stay up there all the time. I was in San Jose or Sunnyvale. I'm looking for food. Chinese dominant down there. A lot of Chinese people, right?
So, yeah.
So I'm okay. They don't even try to, adapt to English. It's just straight Chinese food. So I don't even know what the food is. So, okay, can't find. Finally, I find a place to eat. I like it on Yelp. I go there. I show up. Burnt down. It's not even there. So I'm like, the review is like 7 months ago. Place, you can't give an updated review. Place burnt down. I spent an hour trying to figure out what to eat, and now I'm just gonna get Jack in the Box. This is,
I know. I know.
So, if it helps somebody, I haven't got any contacts through Yelp yet, but gotta be out there to help somebody.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
So Christmas here, huh? So you real tree, fake tree, Hanukkah?
Fake tree. We just got a new one this year.
Yeah.
We did Hanukkah this year. Hanukkah started really early, so it I think it was like the first week of December. So we do Hanukkah and Christmas. And yeah, I'm kind of I'm looking forward to it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
awesome. That's you never thought about that. I should become Jewish just so I can get some more holidays. That's
See,
pretty
my
cool.
kids are lucky.
Yeah, that's nice.
They get a present every night for 8 days.
Shit, my kids do, unfortunately.
Then they have Christmas.
Yeah, that's nice.
So, but yeah, we're just staying here. Gonna go to Madera Ranchos. My parents live in Portland, so they're not coming down this year. But my mom was just here. Portland, man, that's where I grew up. So
My kids are actually right now on the way to Portland, Oregon.
They are?
Yeah, their grandpa left Fresno. He actually used to own Ball Tire. I don't know
Oh,
if
yeah.
just burnt down.
Yeah.
He left it because it was a shithole building. Like, dude, it was. I can't believe it didn't catch on fire earlier.
Right.
Dude, you walk around slippy. It's always greasy. You know, it's a national landmark, and it means old.
Right.
You know, but yeah. So it finally fucking burnt down. But he moved to Oregon. He's like, I'm getting away from all these hippies. Like, did you not Google search?
Yeah. What?
Like it's far some right, but it's super far left. It's
Oh
crunchy.
yeah.
You know,
Portland is and
it's a different left though.
yeah, it is. It's a very hippie, left, but it has changed. It's grown significantly since I was there. I mean, it's like 700,000 people now, which is like the size. It's so funny. Everybody thinks San Francisco is so big.
Yeah.
San Jose's bigger,
Way
right?
bigger, way bigger.
Right?
Yeah. Way
So,
bigger. That's, L.A. Was it San Jose, San Diego?
Right. Yeah.
San Francisco, Fresno. Fresno's
I
on
know.
5.
And see, people don't realize that Fresno's bigger than Sacramento. A lot of people,
Yeah, I put down. I have a business plan. I've been trying to work on a couple deals, trying to do some stuff, and I'm trying to tell you, look, this is the market. 5th largest market between point A and point B. Right. Everybody's leaving point A and point B. It's going to here. And then when I tell everybody in the Bay Area, like, Fresno's nice, where should I live? I tell everybody the same thing. Madera. Go to Madera. It's right outside Fresno.
True.
You get the high-speed train right there.
That's right.
They got some beautiful high schools that are built.
Right.
You can get 5-acre lots with your own well.
Yep.
And you're at the beginning of something that's going to happen in 10 years.
Exactly.
So buy up.
Right.
You know? And you can still go there for the get out if you wanted to.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, exactly. But man, Fresno is. Oh, did you hear that we may be getting a Six Flags?
Oh, that'd be awesome.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been pushing for that forever.
I know. Apparently, Mayor Dyer is really trying to get him over. They want to move it from Vallejo to Fresno.
Just don't put it downtown Fresno.
That's what they were talking
So
about.
stupid.
One of the areas, yeah.
The people who own that are probably the big backers. They keep on trying to get downtown, and then they just had a stabbing in Tower District yesterday.
I saw that, yeah.
They have they don't have like marijuana stores in town, but they have like sessions, like basically farmers markets. Those are all downtown. You go down there, there's homeless people and marijuana everywhere. You know what I mean? I don't have a problem with marijuana, but it's like the areas are like, they're kind of eclectic for one area. It's not really a place you're going to go do business with your kids.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I have no problem having these different artsy areas, but not exactly next to the ballpark where I'm taking my kid.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And my parents are hippies. I have no problem with it, but like, they're just trying to do the wrong thing. And a long time ago, they were trying to get, like, they have an ice rink, one in Fresno. So they want to build one in Clovis, right? Which would be great. Like, yeah.
I didn't hear that.
This is 20 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, build one, but they did a demographic search, and they realized that over there, the high crime rate would bring all that high crime rate with it to the ice rink. I'm like, no, it's in that area, dummy. Yeah. Spread out, put shit in the middle of town over here, and start expanding here. But, we're doing business far, far north, far, far south. They're talking about crime around Shaw. Like, well, that's where you're building this town. You got to prepare it a little bit better.
Clovis is growing as well, but the downtown still feels like a very small city. Even though, we're at like Clovis is what, 150,000 people. Yeah. I mean, it's a city.
No, there is a multi-million-dollar business right there. If people just rip out those antique stores and just update that shit.
Yeah, build up.
Yeah, build up, because all those places, they're beautiful places, beautiful ideas, but they're closed at 8. So if you want to grow this town, what economic demographic do we have? What do we make here in Clovis? We're basically transports. We all work in different locations, and then our property tax pays for this town.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But other than that, like, we don't make any shit here. You know what I mean? We have a couple little breweries here, but that's not really. Where's our multi-million-dollar companies?
Yeah.
And so if you want to be that, we're going to have to grow. I always said when the Raiders were moving, this is where we need to be. Right? We have LaMonica Stadium.
That's right.
We have the cars. We have this connection.
Yeah.
You know, we have a stadium already that can play at Fresno State until they get a stadium built. It's cheap. Once again, high-speed rail. Fresno is an international airport. You can fly to Vegas back and forth.
I know.
There's lots of opportunities.
I know.
But we tend to shoot ourselves in the foot. So hopefully we get this.
Yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous that Fresno does not have at least one major league sports team.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, freaking Grizzlies are now single-A baseball.
Yeah. Well, people don't want to go to the games. And then even like, I guess when they had, I think they had a situation one too, like a 4th of July, they had like an anti-AOC thing. Somebody interrupted like their like a video thing they had on the thing, and they said, screw AOC. And then the baseball team's like, hey, we're out of here. Wow. Like, you know, so like every year we keep getting new teams. We have the Giants, and then we have the Diamondbacks, and then we have so it's always something's not working here.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Even back in the day when we had the running horse, the golf course that's over there, and the housing market crashed. Nothing to build with it. Nothing happening. Trump came in and said, "Look, I'll put my head office here. There's the airport right there. I think it's like I can't remember the name, Skywalk Airport or something like that. You know, I'll come down here and I'll buy the course. I'll buy all the houses." And then that fell through. We said, fuck no, get the hell out of here. Kicked him out. So all our opportunities are just falling through.
I know.
We have the population.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know? But it's like almost like there's like a little bit of stranglehold of people who have a little bit of money who don't want to realize, hey, if business comes in, we are no longer the top dogs. Because I would say it's a small fish in a medium pond.
Yes.
And once you actually bring in, like, as I said, remember I told you that the car that someone showed you up here, it didn't look like a car from Fresno. Yeah. There's certain cars that people don't see. Like, you'll see a Lamborghini or something like that
here
once in a
and
while.
there.
Yeah, but then you go to the Bay Area, like, oh,
every day.
Fuck, every day. Everybody drives a Tesla.
Right. Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
These cars are everywhere, you know, like BMWs that I've never seen before.
Right.
You know, cars I've never seen before because they don't have them here. The market's not here.
Yeah.
You know, and the guy that does have it doesn't drive it to your neighborhood.
Well, I was talking to Mike Briggs the other day about this. You know, he's the owner of Central Valley Talk, and he was, you know, a big political career, and you know, Fresno is so anti-business. Oh, yeah. Like, you know, when you look at 41, and they won't even allow billboards on 41. Yeah. It's like, it's just so like, okay, people, Fresno is not tiny. Yeah. Let's act like a damn city.
It's weird. It's been Republican for 100 years. Vote Republican for 100 years, but we're not for capitalism.
Exactly.
You know, it's isn't that
weird?
Every business that comes here that says, man, they get shut down. I've been an electrician since I was 17. I've had electrical shops come in here and say, man, Reuben, I love you. I'm going to build a shop here in Fresno for you, bro. You're going to run it. And then by the time they get to the end of the job with the inspectors and the city and the department and planning, like, no, thank you. Right. And then, like, their shit gets stolen on the job sites, you know? So it's like there's so much crime and there's not anybody help here and they're not pro-business. Yep. You know what I mean? Like Trump. Like, I don't care what your stance is. The guy was he was probably going to rip us off, but would improve their neighborhood at some plate. We don't take anybody. NASCAR was going to come here.
Oh, that's right.
No
NASCAR.
I
remember that.
Right? So we constantly do the same thing. And then we build the water slide, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Way on the other fucking side of town. You know what I mean? The problem with the one over here was it was way out in Clovis, which ain't that far anymore.
Yeah.
But back in the day, it was like,
then,
hey, it's way over there.
Right.
They're like, cool. How about this one over here?
Yeah, with no trees.
No trees.
Right off the 99.
Yeah,
it's just,
to see a tree, you have to be on the top of the slide.
I know.
You know? Like I see one in another neighborhood.
Right.
You know?
Right.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so I have big hopes, and sometimes people say like that I'm negative or I don't like my town. Or I saw a study the other day that said that 30% of children in America, 18 or under, it was a Harvard study, Harvard grads, 30% of them don't think America is the greatest country in the world. That doesn't mean they hate it. That just means they saw the statistics. They're like, oh yeah, we're 25th in freedom or 25th in education. We're not even number one in child expectancy birth rate. You know what I mean? So like, it doesn't mean we hate our country. It means like, oh, we see where the problems are.
Yeah.
Let's fix these problems.
Exactly.
I mean, that's what I'm about. Actually, Devin Nunes is gone. I'm talking about cost of money. I'm going to try to run for some positions.
You should.
Yeah. So I looked up to, it's District 22 that he's in. It's a $1,700 filing fee. It's
That's it?
1% of the cost makes $175,000 a year. Or if you get 1,000 signatures, they'll waive it. So as I'm hitting up places, I'm like trying to look up, how to run for office, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're like, hey, we have an app to help you, and it costs $75. But like, everybody's trying to take my money.
Yeah.
Just help me out.
What about just getting on like Clovis City Council?
That's another step too. So there's a couple websites like the open positions.
Okay.
City Council is one.
Yeah.
But the District 22 is going to be a weird race because it's only going to be up for like a year, and they're going to rezone it. So a lot of people are just throwing their names out there, seeing what's going on. So it might.
Yeah,
never
we'll see what
happen.
happens.
Yeah, a lot of interest towards it though.
Right.
So
Keep me updated.
yeah, we'll see. I'll keep posting.
Yeah.
Well, I thought it was pretty good. I don't think we're here for a while. I don't know how long it's been. At least an hour. Huh?
Yeah.
That's sweet. Well, I really appreciate you coming here, Austin.
Thank you, brother. It was a pleasure.
And
It was-
Michael, great
Yeah,
producing over there.
He always makes it look great.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, and I was so honored that you came on my show.
Oh,
so
thank you.
for inviting me on yours.
That was the first open door I've had. Because it said, your success is my success.
Right.
There's no reason, like, if you're like the number one YouTuber in the world, somehow I get no views. Right. That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Right? If you believe in Reagan economics, trickle down will get me.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
But like in this town, you'd be surprised how many people do not like to oh, if I give you recognition, it's my show, and blah blah blah.
True.
I have an open door policy.
Yes, I know. I'd love to come back. So
Awesome, buddy. I appreciate it. Hey, man. Thanks.
Merry Christmas.
Well, this is another episode of Lion and the Truth. We're out.